Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So for this video, I am going to be following a 1950s makeup tutorial, and yes, those do exist. This one is from 1951, and there is a YouTube channel called Glamour Days that uploads videos that were made in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and even 70s, and I think 80s, and it's really interesting. So make sure you check out that channel. I'll link it down below. But let's go ahead and start on the tutorial.
Consider first a foundation. Foundation are bases which go on over throat and face to add a texture and color tone.
Okay, so she has like a liquid foundation. I have a liquid foundation, but it's not vintage, so I'm going to go for doing the same thing, but with the cream. And she's using her hands. There's like barely, I don't think they use a brush at all. It's all hands or like cotton balls and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in.
Whatever you do, don't use your foundation as a thick mat. No matter how thickly you put it on, you can't hide a badly cleansed, broken out skin. And a thick foundation emphasizes wrinkles, makes for an unattractive, unreal look. Put on lightly, blend, and keep on blending. Now to the question of rouge. Rouge is a tint, not a paint. Use lightly and blend it on, and slightly below the bone under your eye. Again, blend and keep blending, upwards, and you add sparkle. Rouge, unblended into the skin, used heavily, makes you look older. If it's noticeable, it's badly used. This is true too with accenting eyebrow color. The eyebrows frame the eye, not to be noticeable in itself.
So she says to accent your natural look. But I'm going to go a little bit 1950s with it, like, you know, just a little bit, not too much. I'm just using a powder for this though, even though he's using a pencil because I don't have a pencil in the color that this is.
Now, brush the hair up with a dry brush. And then, taking a small comb, turn down the tips of the hairs. You'll have a beautiful, clean line. Eyeshadow is also an aid to eye beauty. Choose a color that brings out your own eye color. Blue for blue eyes. Using just a bit of the shadow on your finger, begin tracing the line as close to the lid edge as possible. Here, green is used for hazel eyes.
We're going to go for this little green right here, which is kind of like a dark forest green, and again using the fingers.
Start halfway across the lid. This makes the eye look larger. Now blend and blend, right out and up toward the hairline.
The fact that they put eyeshadow all the way up like that is interesting because I never knew that. I always thought that they, you know, did the eyeshadow in the crease like we always have. But it's all the way to your brow and half across your lid, and that's it. That is mind-blowing to me. I just want to know what they did for people who have two eye colors. Some people have like one brown eye, one blue eye. Like, what did they do? Like one green eye, one blue eye?
Used too thickly, the effect is hard, vulgarizing.
Okay, so they're showing like a cake mascara, like some kind of mascara that you wet. So I have that with a little brush. I've never done this, so I'm kind of not sure how much water to put in, but I'm gonna put a little bit and see what happens. Yeah, it's working. So you just like kind of scrape it, like mix it in.
Use sparingly. Wipe brush almost dry. Then apply just on the top lashes only. Brush each lash individually.
This mascara is actually really good. It's like not going to give you any length or anything, but it gives you that just clean, pretty lash look, like very natural. Let me get some more water in this. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me it reminds me that I need some water. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Rose's, like from Titanic, her lashes, because a lot of mascaras nowadays don't give you that kind of look, but this one totally does.
Now take a dry brush. Again, brush each lash separately, till all but just a touch of color is brushed off. The beauty of the eye is what you see, not the makeup. The use of lipsticks is one of the greatest tests in your artistry, and good taste in using makeup. For the cleanest, most natural line, use a brush. A little patience and a little practice, and you'll be an expert.
Alright, so I'm going to use the Best of Me Victory Red Lipstick. I don't have a clean lip brush, but this has like a shape that kind of looks like a liner. It has like a liner shape, so it kind of works that way. So I'm going to use it right out of the tube, and I'm not sure what shape they're going for, so I'm going to keep watching real quick.
Fill the brush with color. As always, you can check color by effect. Do you notice the lips themselves, or do you say, there is a lovely woman? Trace a clean, unexaggerated line, staying as close to the natural line as possible. If lips are too thin, fill right out to the outermost edge of the line. Now this is important. Blot off all excess. Unblotted lipsticks are pasty looking. Blot for the smooth, clean, natural look, and study the impression left on the tissue. Now for powder. Take a clean piece of cotton.
Got it. Just a DIY tip: when you finish a candle, clean it all out and make a cotton holder. It looks super vintage, even though it's not vintage. Okay, so I'm using the Airspun Loose Face Powder, which has been around since 1935, so they would have been using it.
Use fresh each time for absolute cleanliness. Fluff on powder for a softening effect, and then brush and brush off. For a final professional touch, take a sponge, dampen it only slightly, and pat all over your makeup.
I'm actually going to use a beauty blender because I don't have a proper sponge, and I'm going to dip it in my water. Gonna get a little soaked. And they're wiping, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Your 1, 2, 3 beauty plan completed.
So this is the finished look. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I just did a little quick 50s hairstyle to kind of pull the whole look together. I don't know how I feel about it though. So comment down below what was the most surprising thing that you saw. Also comment down below any video ideas if you have them. Make sure you subscribe and check out my other videos in case you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video.